Welcome, this is our building, 15 Clerkenwell Close. So the site is located on 11th century Norman abbey, what it used to be. Normans invented essentially what it is, extracting the stone from quarries, which is under the water table. And they found that the stone is quite soft, so it's easy to carve. And it allowed them to build large structures such as the castles or religious buildings. So nunnery was expanded and remodeled all the way up to 16th century, at which point Henry VIII dissolved the abbey. It was further subdivided, reparcelled, sold and built upon. But the first thing we discovered when we demolished it is that there was plenty of brickwork within the ground. And when we took the plaster from the party walls, we found that it's essentially layers of different type and age of the brick built within the walls themselves, which implies that none of this material was taken away from the site. It was reused many times, whatever they constructed new building on the site. So our approach was essentially not dissimilar. What you have currently essentially is an office, which is our office, our architecture practice, on the lower ground and the ground levels, and 8 apartments above, with a biodiverse roof on the top and a landscape garden on the side. Interestingly enough, if you look at this of today's building industry, stone is really wide used, but only for its aesthetic properties and never for its inherited structural properties. And together with the structural engineer and as stone masons, we discovered that we actually can build as the Normans did from a solid stone with today's technology and meeting building regulations. None of the materials are chosen just for the visual purpose, and if the material was not needed or necessary or wasn't performing at least several functions, it was omitted and taken back. So the palette is really small. You have a natural stone, you have oak, a brass frame windows, and exposed concrete for retaining walls when needed. And every material has to work twice essentially. One might ask essentially, do you need to treat a conservation area or as a museum? So perhaps today the answer to that is probably not just the copy-paste what's built next door, but look at the sort of a deeper historical connection, material connection within the sort of wider area, and propose something slightly built with the new technology, new ways, perhaps even for new generation to look upon it and challenge that.